The topic of this video is playing blues on a classical guitar. Usually and traditionally, blues are played on an acoustic guitar with steel strings. Not that many blues players had a choice back in the day, because nylon strings weren't a thing until the 1940s. So Robert Johnson, for example, didn't have the option to use nylon strings. But what are the differences in playing the blues on an acoustic guitar and a classical guitar? Well, obviously the strings. A classical guitar has a softer, more gentle sound, you could say. And it's also softer and more gentle for the fingers to play those strings. It also has a wider nut and a flat fretboard. So bar chords could be a little more difficult on a classical guitar, and you have to stretch your fingers a little bit more. But on the other hand, there is more room for your left-hand fingers between the strings. One common technique when playing the blues is to use a slide. I wouldn't use my heavy brass slide on nylon strings, but with a light glass slide, I think it works really fine. A classical guitar has a bit higher action usually than an acoustic guitar. The strings are higher from the fretboard, so there's plenty of room to play slide. And you can, just like on an acoustic guitar, you can use any open tuning you'd like. Of course, some people will tell you that you shouldn't play blues on a classical guitar, and you shouldn't use a slide on a classical guitar. And the same people will also tell you that you shouldn't use a pick on a classical guitar. I think you should do all those things. The pick is a good friend of the nylon strings. For strumming, I don't think that's a great sound. Classical guitar is strummed. But for single string playing, it's great. And the one thing that isn't as great is bending. It's hard to bend up to pitch on nylon strings. You'll have to bend very far. But instead you can use slides. So, as you have seen and heard in this video, it is very possible to play blues on a classical guitar. Does it sound the same as if you would have played an acoustic guitar? No, it does not. Is it a worse sound? No, I don't think so. It's a different sound. It's another sound. It's a softer sound, and I like it. I hope you learned something from this video. See you next time.